Sailors throughout history have been known as a superstitious lot. From sea monsters to albatrosses, there's a long list of things that have frightened mariners through the years. On the list, ghost ships. And one of the most famous ghost ships is the Flying Dutchman. The origins of the Dutchman are shrouded in mystery. One of the first tellings of the legend was printed in 1821 and tells of the fateful pride of Captain Hendrik Vanderdecken. As the story goes, Captain Vanderdecken swore that he would round the Cape of Good Hope at all cost. As he made his attempt, a mighty storm arose and threatened to sink the ship. The Dutchman's crew begged the captain to seek shelter in a bay, but Captain Vanderdecken instead walked out on the deck and swore into the heart of the storm, "May I be eternally damned if I do, though I should beat out about here till the day of judgment." The Dutchman was lost in the storm, with all souls on board going down with the ship. But Vanderdecken's boast proved prophetic, as the Flying Dutchman was doomed to sail the seas for all eternity, but never able to round the Cape. Sailors throughout the 19th and 20th centuries have reported seeing the Flying Dutchman, particularly during violent storms. The ghost ship appears out of nowhere and glows with a ghostly light. Sometimes vessels pull close enough to the Dutchman to converse with the crew, and the Dutchman's sailors ask that messages be relayed to family and friends on land. When the living sailors go to deliver those messages, they discover that their intended recipients have been dead for decades. Among those who claim to have seen the Flying Dutchman is King George V. In his younger years, he sailed aboard the HMS Inconstant. In 1881, the future King of England wrote, "At 4 a.m., the Flying Dutchman crossed our bows. A strange red light as of a phantom ship all aglow, in the midst of which light the masts, spars, and sails of a brig 200 yards distant stood out in strong relief as she came up upon the port bow, where also the officer of the watch from the bridge clearly saw her, as did the quarterdeck midshipman, who was sent forward at once to the forecastle. But on arriving there was no vestige nor any sign whatever of any material ship was to be seen either near or right away to the horizon." To encounter the Dutchman was a bad omen, feared by mariners. Ships and crews who ran afoul of the ghost ship often met with some kind of tragedy soon afterward. King George's ship was not immune to the curse. Shortly after he and his fellow sailors sighted the Flying Dutchman, one of their number fell from the foretopmast and, as the king puts it, was smashed to atoms. The Dutchman has been seen all over the world, so the next time you take a cruise and you find yourself staring out over the ocean at night, be careful how close you peer at any strange lights that may appear on the horizon. If it's the Flying Dutchman, something bad might be coming your way. Subscribe for more from A Grave in Baltimore. And don't forget to tell us about your favorite scary story or haunted place.